Hello, and today is not a combo guide, a tier list, a flavors character, or me trying to influence you in any shape, way, or form. What we're doing today, however, is a series of case studies on all characters of Dragon Ball FighterZ, and today we are covering Joachiko. We're covering Android 18. So 18, at a glance, when I first saw 18, she has an array of, not only does she have 17 fighting with her, there's a lot going on. So when I first saw her, I thought this is one of the best mix-up characters I've ever seen in my life. That's the first thing I said. You see all these really cool stuff that she can do with 17. She has a standing low. I was like, man, I was over the moon. Come on, grab. Like, man, when I first saw 18, I just saw like a complete machine up close with the ability to zone. So if you're interested in a character who has all those little pockets of offense, then 18 is there for you. Kind of like a switchblade. Should be like the switchblade in Dragon Ball Z. Now, as always, in these case studies, I like to talk about up close, mid-range, and far. Then we're going to go over characters' buttons, ones in the air, supers and specials, before we delve into kind of the meat of this, is the win conditions in the game plan. So let's get down to it. So up close, 18 has 5L. The unique thing about this 5L is it hits low. So the range isn't the best. And she can't chain it, as in she can't do it twice. However, it's a low, which is really cool. So your opponent has to really worry about options where you're going a high-low and does this. Or even just, yeah. So your opponent really has to worry about that. She can chain her 2L, which is a low. Which is really good. Not the best range, however, still hits. So it's -4. Both of those are -4. Her LL is -4 as well, and it advances. However, it pushes the opponent as well. But she can keep doing this indefinitely. She can literally keep doing this indefinitely, and it's -4. 2M is punishable, but it's just about mid-range, so it is -7. So this doesn't have the best of range. However, when we step into 5M, her 5M hits, not only does it hit in mid-range, but up close, it's only -6. So this is probably one of her greatest approaching tools, obviously from the mid-range as well. Her 5H being -10. Round start is a really great move to throw out as well. We'll always chain there. A 2H, one of the better 2Hs, is 13 frames, so in that league of the TNs and the sorts, that's really fast 2Hs. Now let's go into her air buttons. One of her best cross-up buttons, obviously the JM, giving Street Fighter-esque cross-ups, is an amazing button. There's an amazing button here. JL as well, just in case you want to mix up. And another approach tool that a lot of people may use, or you could use, is her JH, the Saiyan double axe handle. You know, it's the El Clasique. Now, last but not least, is there any other? Nah, I think that's all of them. Now let's go into supers. So supers, the level 1 teleports to wherever you are, so it's good with ending combos. And her level 3, fully invincible, summon 17. Now specials, she has an array of specials, as we talked about before. So 2-1-2-3-6-L is a command grab. But the thing about this is the range is pretty pitiful. So unless it's from a 5L, the range itself, or really close, or absolutely close, it's definitely not going to hit. So it is a really fast command grab with no range. Her M version is more accommodating, however it is much slower. As you see there, that's 30, and in some cases 44 if you hold down the button. Now the H version, 256H, is a bit faster, so it is something that you can mix up, and it will hit from God knows where over range. So it's a bit faster, kind of a blend between the M and the L version. Her 2-1-4-L on the ground summons her brother, He does a quick knee kick and he is -5. So this is kind of a great way to end your strings if your opponent obviously isn't super dashing. It's a really good way to end strings. A 2-1-4-M brings this flurry rush. If you look on block, this is +27. So you if you're able to make your opponent block this, God knows how, but if you're able to make your opponent block this, amazing for you. So you can set up a lot of good pressure. 2-1-4-H is a very unique special. What this does is, I'll show you right now. It summons 17, who immediately hits the assist. So 17 has this, comes out of nowhere, and wherever you are on the screen, he hits your assist. So once again, so wherever your assist is, 17 will snipe them out. So this is really good for locking down the opponent and really controlling their movement. Now the air 2-1-4-L, he does a kick. Here your plus, you can be up to +1 to +3, +9. 2-1-4-M. This again, this is +37. So this is ridiculous. So this can set up unique situations where you're going high-low. Her jump 2-1-4-H is exactly the same. She has a 2-2-S, which is a barrier, and which obviously if opponent decides to hit you, it absorbs the hit. And she also has 2-1-4. Sorry. She has 2-1-4-S on the ground and 2-1-4-S in the air. So here, 17 does a volley of 5 S's, similar to hers. And she can do 2-1-4-S in the air, which does the barrier. So this is really good for mixing up your opponent's approach. To mix up when you're trying to IAD, but your opponent thinks you're going to do an axe handle, and you decide to just do this. Really good way to mix up, even on wake up as well. Jump 2-1-4-M as well. Kind of the same. So yeah, this is majority of kind of her specials, quote unquote, that she has there. So it's just about using them correctly. Now I could go on forever about 18 specials, her supers, and how to use them, but what we're here to talk about are win conditions and the game plan, and what characters help her with this, and what is she looking for in a partner. So if there are two things 18 is looking for in a partner, number one, 18 is looking for the ability to use 2-1-4-L with assist. So if I put my opponent on reflect, so this situation here, this situation 18 enjoys. See here with Goku, I'm not able to time it properly. But this is what 18 really wants. She wants the ability to be able to use her 2-1-4-L combined with an assist, so she can do the IAD there. So with Goku, obviously it's possible. So she wants this ability. As long as she's able to do that and she can have IAD and try to bait out the opponent or continue pressure, that's what 18 is kind of looking for. So, and secondly, 18 also is a great character with conversions. So what I mean by that with conversions is full screen. If she's able to confirm off of her 5 S's from full screen, that's also very helpful for 18. As she's able to complete her combos herself in combination with certain combos, and also up close. Up close, 18 really enjoys the power of assists. She really enjoys assists to kind of extend her combos. So assists that allow her to kind of convert from full screen are kind of the assists that 18 is looking for. So here we saw with Broly, and with use of her 5M, she's able to convert easily full screen with Goku and with Broly, a bit easier with Broly. So that's kind of the partner she's looking for. So if we looked at their kind of their B assists, we have Goku's flurry kick. So here we saw it doesn't really help with the 5S on full screen. With the combos maybe. Let's try See, we saw that with Goku. He allows us for combos because 18, when she does a lot of damage with the correct combinations, with not only her assist but also with her brother. She's able to do really good conversions. So you saw Goku's B assist that is possible. Let's try it with Broly. So Broly here is not so easy to convert with Broly from her 5S game, but up close, obviously in the mid range, if we were able to destroy a 5M, it's possible. Let's see in a combo. Looks like it's a bit harder. Probably a bit slower. Oh, looks like I got run up there. So as you saw there, even with Broly, we're able to easily convert. Now with C assists, of course, C assists will obviously allow 18 to convert as well, and will also allow, and obviously in combos, but also strings. So 18 not only does it like she conversion, she wants to be able to do 2-1-4L plus assist. So it doesn't look like I'm able to do that with C assists. So that's something you got to really think about. So I didn't really show that with B assists either, so I'll quickly show that too. So I saw that with Goku's B assist, it was actually much more helpful for 18 to be able to do this. So she was able to get an IAD after her 2-1-4L. Let's see if Broly allows the same. Not so much with Broly. So you see there, so it's a bit harder with Broly, but it's still able to use 2-1-4L plus assist and use conversion. So this is stuff you kind of got to think about when you are playing 18. On the other side we have Beerus. I actually used to play 18 and Beerus. This is hilarious. Beerus obviously allows 18 to do this. See if I'm able to do it. So because of Beerus' second hit, they're obviously reflectable, so it might not be helpful for 18 using full screen. So we saw with Beerus, that might not be helpful for 18 in the mid range. Potentially it might help her with combos. Let's try again right now. So we saw that it's not good for 2-1-4L, and it's not good for strings. Is it good for combos? Let's check right now. See what we saw there, we're able to get a combo off. This is kind of your main, one of the 18's main combo routes. So she's able to convert there, so regardless with the correct combos. Now with 17, let's see with 17. Now 17 doesn't allow for the easy conversions from full screen. However, 17 with the correct. Let's see if we're able to do this. Oh, it looks a bit hard, looks a bit tough. See 17 allows for obviously the IAD after the instant air dash after that. So potentially you saw we helps with the assist, but it doesn't help with conversions. And string, sorry. So it's something you have to think about when you are choosing 18. Now we spoke about the win conditions and the game plan as 18. Now what about fighting against? It seems like she has everything, right? She controls, she has a barrier. You know, she can barrier in the full screen. She's got all these baits. She can seal you from doing things. But what about fighting against her? Now, 18, fighting against 18. Let me set this recording. Fighting against 18, her approach without assists is actually very reactive. She's waiting for her opponent to make a mistake. So she's here throwing out 5S's, waiting for my opponent to super dash. She's here throwing out her 2v6S, which you can control, by the way. I didn't quite cover this, my bad. So she's controlling what she does is she controls the horizontal, but she has very poor control of the vertical range. So everything above her head, she can't really control. Her destructor disc does have this angle, but apart from that, once the opponent enters the mid-range, she can't really control that angle. Here, it's up to chance, and it's up to her relying on her assists. So without an assist, she's waiting for super dashes, throwing out her brother. Besides here, she has to worry about kind of super dashes, summon her brother to either do barriers or to do this. So everything that she's doing is very, very reactive. So she's not really imposing herself. The only way she can really impose herself, let's just say if we had Goku on the other side. See, even then, if we had Goku, or sorry, let's change the assists. if I had that, I'm really imposing myself here, but without an assist, I'm not really imposing myself. I'm not allowing myself any room to run. So here, my opponent can super dash. So she's very reactive. So that's something you have to use against her. And what I mean by that is she controls this range. So you hold down, hold normal, hold up. Your opponent, it just has to be very hold up and kind of can wait for you. So you have something she has to worry about. Secondly, one of the biggest most ones that are overlooked is 18 damage from Vanish full screen without resources is quite minuscule. So taking these 5 S's, you not only does it do no damage, she doesn't really get a sliding knockdown. So she doesn't get a way to kind of continue pressure in a conventional way. So she has to make kind of guesses to her opponent. This is full screen, by the way. So full screen here, if you do manage to get hit, even then, 18 really has to make some gambles to kind of chase you there. And if you look at the damage there, that damage is very minuscule. So without resources here, your opponents are more liberal to take risks. So if 18 doesn't have bar, your opponents are more able to take risks with super dashes and the like if you don't have the bar and the resources to kind of hurt them. Because you're not gonna really do much damage from here, from vanishes. So as you see there, so your opponents are more likely to take risks. But anyway, let's go back to character select screen. So we talked about 18, obviously going through her buttons and everything else. But we talked about majorly how this character enjoys, obviously with her design, she's very effective in the mid range. So in the mid range, she has that 5M. She has that 5H. She has such great control and presence in the mid range, with just a button alone. And obviously at close range, she has so many tools. However, we talked about how full screen, she's not that she's weaker there, but she leaves a bit more to be desired. So what she's looking for in a partner, as we saw, she wants these partners that allow her to either traverse that space to be able to get in, or two things that we boiled it down to. We boiled it down to characters that allow her to use that 2-1-4L with assist, which is very, very strong. A good barrier of entry for 18 to be able to do her quote-unquote mix-ups, to really put the opponent in these situations where they really have to kind of not guess, they have to react to what's going on. And combine that with a command grab is disastrous. We also talked about how she has a great 5S game from full screen. So assists that allow her to convert from that pressure, or assists that allow her to convert in combos as well. Allow her to use their assist in combos and do really big extensions, because 18 has a lot of damage, and in the corner combined with all the variations of 17 are really powerful. So being able to do all of these things here is kind of what 18 is really looking for in a partner. She's looking for these partners that allow her to do all these great things. She's looking for partners that allow her to do all these great things to allow her to unlock her potential when she's up close. Now, fighting against her, we talked about how Goku, where's Goku? How Goku and Broly were really, really helpful to 18. Then we talked about how Beerus assist wasn't so great for 18 up close. These are the things you kind of have to think about. Now, fighting against her, we talked about the approach without assist is very reactive. So she has to be very waiting for super dashes, very still and very defensive. So as your opponent, you can use that to your advantage. If she's running away or throwing out just 5S's, they're not looking for trying to get in. They're probably trying to bait you towards them. So opponents can use that to your advantage. She also controls the horizontal, but she doesn't really control the vertical range. Unless she uses her brother 2-1-4H with 17, which stops assists, or she can summon it herself. She doesn't really control the vertical range. So you can use that to your advantage when you are moving around facing 18. And last but not least, the damage from Vanish from full screen without resources is quite minuscule. Because she's not able to kind of land that slide knockdown from obviously her range of specials, this puts her not at a disadvantage, but your opponent is more liberal to take risks at this range. When you have no resources, they'll take a bit more risk, or you're more likely to take more risk because the damage and the risk and reward is more inclined in their favor. But yeah, I hope this video helps someone. Leave a like if you like the video. If you want to comment, leave a comment. Like as always, want to create a community to kind of talk about these things. not even a community, but I want to create a safe space where we can talk about characters and how we use characters, and not just following lists or opinions of everyone else, but really just looking at what characters can do and how we can help them. Not how they can help us, but how we can help the characters bring out their full potential. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.